Hello darling, here we are at Shaylee Ann's. We are going to be making cauliflower based pizzas today. And I thought you'd like to join me in this joyous experience. So what we have is our food processor. I've already made my cheese. So I take a hard block of cheese and I put it through the grater element because I just love it. It's the best thing ever. We're just going to take an onion and put it through this filter. And then we just feed in our cauliflower. All I've done is wash it. Great fun. Here we are. Skills. Fabulous, look at that. Cauliflower pizza, darling, here we go. I don't know about you, but it's cold. Winter in Melbourne during lockdown. No? I don't know what people did before they had food processors. Here we are. I used to cook this and then drain all the water out, and it just became ridiculous. And then I realised that since I'm already chopping it up very small, I don't need to worry too much about that. And I find this is great. Okay, so that's the first stage of this process. The next thing is we put it all into a bowl, of course. Something we've prepared earlier. And it's really that simple. Just into a bowl. And because I've done the cheese in this as well, it helps just to use the same thing over and over again. Look at that. Fantastic. Beautiful. Of course, we've washed our hands many times, and now we have a luscious bowl of processed cauliflower. The perfect base for our pizzas. Lovely. Stage 2 of perfect base for pizzas requires some eggs. Here we are. So if we can get that over there. Now I use oil or I use eggs. I don't use coconut in this because I don't find that it's all that nice. But I kind of think for a whole collie you need about 4 eggs. Just toss those in there, lovely. So that gives us a nice little soupy mix of eggy yolks. I then like to add in some more cheese because you want to have a binder in there as well. And literally that's it. Because that's going to make a delightful base for our pizzas. You mix all that together so that all of the cauliflower and the eggs and the cheese. If you want, you can put herbs. I don't ever bother with herbs. I keep them for the sauce. This is the boring bit, a couple of seconds of your life. Because you want to make sure that egg is all the way around. The next thing you have to do with these little babies is cook them. What I'm really surprised at is when you start looking at ordering takeaway and you see how long it does to do the orders, how long it takes to wait for them to arrive, how much money you pay, and then you look at your freezer or your fridge full of food that you haven't eaten, that you throw out, I kind of think it's time to reassess how you use your time more effectively. That's why I get into doing these bakes, because I figure that by the time I've ordered a pizza, it's been delivered, I will have saved myself a lot of money. I will have used all that time effectively, and I will have made something delicious and healthy to eat. Again, brown baking paper into the bottom of my tray. You push that in so it makes it nice and up to the edge. You can see the eggs coming out. Because we're going to push this into the oven again, you don't need to cook it beforehand. Get to play with your food. How good does that look? Sometimes I like to use different type of cheese as the base, but you can use olive oil. You don't have to use cheese. I just like cheese. I just love cheese. I was thinking the other day, what are my favourite foods? Do you know what they are? Lettuce, tomato and cheese. I reckon I could live on lettuce, tomato and cheese without it ever being a problem. So that's base 1. Base 2 is more your traditional round pan. And what we're going to do with these bases is cook them for 20 minutes. So I think these videos are companion videos to when you're doing it yourself. You can listen and watch and share the joy of cooking something together with your friend Leanne here at Shaylee Ann's on a fabulous lockdown COVID weekend. I was going to go for a walk today, 6k walk. It's raining, not going to do that. But I will find other tasks to do. I also find this a great way of utilising stuff I've got in the fridge that it's all leftovers. And because I don't want to have bread in my diet and I don't want to eat gluten, these are the perfect kind of recipes that make that a possibility. There we are, look at that baby. So there's my 2 bases. They are looking yummy, yummy, scrum, scrum. And then we're just going to put them in the fridge to cook. And I'm going to cook them for 20 minutes. I'll come back to you then.